Get ready to shrink giants and stretch the tiny. This mind-bending journey slams Mount Everest against skyscrapers, pits predator claws against dinosaur titans, and smashes Manhattan into the void of Earth's vastness. Buckle up, scale has never been this epic. Did you know the Mariana Trench is over 36,000 feet deep? Mount Everest, the tallest mountain on Earth, only reaches 29,000 feet above sea level. But the Mariana Trench's deepest point is a staggering 36,000 feet below the surface. That means Mount Everest could fit inside the trench with over 6,000 feet to spare. And here's the mind-blowing part: even after placing Everest in the trench, over a mile of water would still cover it. Nature's scale is truly beyond imagination. Did you know the world's biggest supermarket is actually bigger than the Colosseum? This retail giant stretches over 250,000 square feet, that's the size of 10 football fields. By comparison, the Colosseum in Rome is only about 160,000 square feet, over 100,000 square feet smaller. Inside this supermarket, you'll find more than 150 checkout lanes and 24 full food courts. And here's the mind-blowing part: you could fit the entire Colosseum inside this one store with room to spare for a few parking lots. This is the kind of scale that turns shopping into an adventure, and history into a footnote. What if we told you that the Antarctic ice shelves are taller than some of the world's tallest buildings? The average thickness of the Antarctic ice shelf is over 2,000 feet, that's like a skyscraper stretching into the sky. The Empire State Building is only 1,250 feet tall. Imagine it fitting inside the Antarctic ice like a toy. In some parts, the ice is thick enough to stack 3 of the Burj Khalifas, the world's tallest building, on top of each other. But here's the shocking part: if all that ice melted, it would raise global sea levels by over 200 feet. That means many of our coastal cities would be completely underwater, a future we can't ignore. And yet, we still take these ice giants for granted. What will it take to wake up? What if something big enough to cover Texas and more was sitting at the bottom of the world? The Antarctic ice shelf stretches over 5 million square miles. That's nearly twice the size of the United States. If it all melted, it would raise global sea levels by more than 20 feet, flooding cities around the world. This ice shelf is so massive, it weighs over 22 million billion tons, more than all the world's mountains combined. And scientists still can't fully explain how it stays stable in the face of rising temperatures. What if Manhattan Island was swallowed by a single ice shelf? The Ross Ice Shelf in Antarctica covers 20,000 square miles, over 20 times the size of Manhattan. It holds enough ice to raise global sea levels by 20 feet if it were to melt completely. In some places, the ice is over 1,000 feet thick. Imagine Manhattan buried under a mile of frozen wilderness. The entire island of Manhattan could fit inside the Ross Ice Shelf with room to spare, and it's just one of many. This is the true scale of Antarctica, a frozen world that dwarfs our cities in every way. What if a dinosaur's claw could outsize a tiger's by more than 6 times? The Deinonychus, a fierce predator from the Cretaceous, had a single claw on each foot that stretched over 20 inches long. By comparison, modern tigers have claws that measure up to just 3 inches, a tiny fraction of the Deinonychus' deadly weapon. But the Deinonychus didn't just use its claw to kill, it climbed trees and slashed through prey with terrifying precision. If you scaled that claw to fit a human hand, it would be as long as a dinner knife, perfect for cutting through tough, armor-like skin. Imagine facing a creature with a claw that could slice through your defenses like a hot knife through butter. This is the kind of weapon that could have made the Deinonychus the terror of its time, and still gives us chills today. Did you know Saturn's moon Titan is actually larger than Mercury? Titan has a diameter of 2,600 miles, making it bigger than Mercury itself. It's the second largest moon in the solar system, just behind Jupiter's Ganymede. Titan's thick atmosphere hides lakes of liquid methane and a surface colder than -290 degrees Fahrenheit. But here's what's shocking: despite being farther from the Sun, Titan is warmer than Pluto. Its dense atmosphere traps heat like a greenhouse, making it surprisingly warm for such a distant moon. And scientists still can't explain everything about this alien world. What if a dinosaur was as heavy as 20 elephants? Argentinosaurus could weigh up to 70 tons, that's the same as 20 adult African elephants. Its bones were discovered in Argentina, and scientists estimate it could grow up to 90 feet long. Even the largest modern animals, like the blue whale, are only slightly heavier, but they live in water. If you laid 10 school buses end to end, that's how long Argentinosaurus could have been. And scientists still can't fully explain how such a massive creature moved with such grace. What if a dinosaur could stretch longer than 3 school buses? The largest known dinosaur, Argentinosaurus, could grow up to 120 feet long. That's the same length as 3 standard school buses lined up. It weighed around 70 tons, more than 10 African elephants combined. But here's the twist: scientists have only found a few bones of this giant. Despite its massive size, Argentinosaurus remains one of the most mysterious giants in history. And scientists still can't explain how it moved so gracefully. What if I told you one organism covers over 2,000 acres? The largest known fungus in the world is Armillaria australa, and it's hiding in the forests of Oregon. This single fungus stretches across 2,500 acres, that's bigger than 2,000 football fields. It's been growing for over 2,000 years, silently spreading beneath the forest floor. Despite its massive size, you've probably never seen it. It lives mostly underground. Only tiny mushrooms break the surface. The rest is a hidden empire beneath your feet. And scientists still can't believe how it's survived for so long. What if something could swallow 9 trillion Earths in one bite? The largest known supermassive black hole weighs 12 billion times more than our Sun. That's 12 billion solar masses packed into one point of infinite density. Its event horizon, the point of no return, stretches over 100 billion miles across. That's 20 times wider than our entire solar system. If it were placed at the center of our galaxy, it would swallow everything out to Neptune's orbit. But here's the mind-blowing twist: it's over 26,000 light-years away, so it poses absolutely no threat to Earth. A monster that could swallow our solar system whole, and we're perfectly safe. The universe is full of wonders, and this is just one of them.